Welcome to Markets in a Minute, our weekly recap of what's happened in markets over the past week. In equities, the US markets extended their gains for the second consecutive week, with the S&P 500 up just over 1% and the Nasdaq gaining nearly 2%. Investors continued weighing in AI spending with Middle East tensions and higher oil prices. Earnings expectations edged higher ahead of the earnings season, with the S&P 500 second quarter earnings growth now forecasted to be at 23.6%, marking a second straight quarter of earnings above that 20% threshold. In terms of bond yields, the US Treasury yields climbed for a second week too, as inflation is driving interest rates and concerns have persisted around that, with the 10-year yield now rising to 4.56%, while the 30-year yield reached 5.06%. We saw the Dow pull back slightly, hitting a new record high in the early parts of the week before losing momentum and finishing at just 0.5% lower. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq remain just below their recent record highs though. When we look at crude oil prices, they briefly climbed to around $76 a barrel amid that renewed Middle Eastern tensions before easing back to roughly $71 by the weekend. Market sentiment, though, has a lot of anxious people involved there, where the VIX volatility index is falling to around 15 and the lowest level it's been in roughly 6 months. Small caps, though, in terms of the stocks, the Russell 2000 down roughly 0.6%, while large caps continue to outperform. What the week ahead has in store? Well, markets will focus on the Federal Reserve Chair's Kevin Warsh's testimony in the latest US Consumer Price Index report for fresh clues on inflation and interest rate policy.